Right now. Yeah. Thank you, Bishop Mai, for being here with us. Um, good evening, everyone. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon to everyone. Uh, welcome to uh, welcome back to the journey of understanding of the inner self, cultivating peace. And this is the journey of raising our inner awareness, the awareness about our inner self. And with the 21-day course, we have been discussed, we have been explored this topic together for 8 sections, and this is the section number 9, day 9, as I remember. And and I know that is about the time to welcome New Year with a new year. If you are Vietnamese or Eastern people, so we are welcome the upcoming year, Lunar New Year. So there are many chores, errands that we need to do, and I know that you have many things to do, but you should save your time to be here with me and to discover about the inner self together, understand the inner self, our our inner self, and to cultivate the inner peace, and also we're able to view our desire life together. I'm so grateful for your presence, for your time, for your quality times here. So let's explore uh, the inner self together today. And last week, we have explored and discussed about the the innermost layer of humans, right? Uh, Let me share the screen. So last time we have explored human structure, which has 4 layers, and we discussed about the innermost layers, which is called the truth, the truth, which is never changing, everlasting over time and space. The truth, and inside every one of us is a layer. We call it the truth, which never changing, everlasting. So that if we are able to hold on that, we're able to last our inner peace, last our inner peace. And before we get into the new knowledge, um, new lesson today, if you want to share anything, or you have anything, or you have any questions, inquiry, or you have any insights you want to share with us, so please do. Um, we are happy to hear from you all. So there are four layered inside, I mean, the human structure. There are four layers, and in the most layers is the truth, which is never changing and everlasting, contains four natures: hearing nature, seeing nature, saying nature, and knowing nature. And the upcoming in this section we explore the second layer. We explore the second layer of ourselves, of our human structures, which is human nature, which is human nature. And when we explore it, we know about the human structure, human nature. Uh, we know that there are human natures which governs our nature, our characters, or in science they call it characters. And we know why we have that characters or that natures, and because we understand why we have it, why we possess those natures, and because we understand, so we are simply able to accept it, and accept others as they are, and we simply differentiate between their actions, their behaviors, to their being. So anyone want to share about your insights or lessons or any enlightenment before we get into the new lesson today? If none, let's get into the new, new journey and to explore the human nature together. So as we can see, as we can see here in this is the second layer of our structures, um, human nature. There are there are 16 human natures. There are natures above 16: receiving nature, perception nature, expression nature, consciousness nature, wealth nature, beauty nature, fame nature, appetite nature, resting nature, desire nature, anger nature, ignorance. This is ignorance, everybody. Ignorance nature, pride nature, doubt nature, evil nature, and view nature. So this is just the name of the nature. There's no positive or negative, good or bad. It's just the name of the nature. And we discover about how it works later when after we um, clarified a little bit about um, the meaning of these words, these 16 words, because these words we borrow from kind of Sino words, and so there are some Vietnamese words, Vietnamese terms we borrow from Chinese. So we need to explain a little bit um, what what it means in Vietnamese. So let's explore them together before we get into know how it works. Mhm. So we have the first one, receiving. Receiving. It means that we receive. This is the nature of receive something. Um, when we use our five senses, for example, we use our senses. Um, we absorb the message comes to us. So we call it the receiving nature. We call it receiving natures. We absorb everything through our senses, from our eyes, nose, um, ears, and in our bodies and something. So we receive the message, the information to us. So we call it the receiving nature. We call it receiving nature. Okay. Um, the second one, mhm, perception. The second nature is perception. Perception. Perception is kind of um, the image which generate the image in us. Um, our perception in the past, we recall about the past. So there is image in the past appear in our mind, and our perception nature when we talk in present is imagination. We call this imagination, imaging, imaging. And in the past, we call it remembrance, remember, recall something. There is image appeared. And in the future, that our perception in future, we call it plan. We call it plan. We call it plan. Okay. So that is the second nature of um, human perception nature. Okay. And the third one, expression, 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 expression. Um, how we express ourselves. Uh, it means that we express ourselves, we show ourselves so that other people and see that um, by many ways. Like when we talk, we articulate uh, what we have inside, or um, by using words, by action, what we do, so to express ourselves. So that we call it expression nature, expression nature. Consciousness, consciousness. Next one is consciousness. Consciousness nature means that we know something, we are aware of something, we know something, or we are aware of something that is represent for the consciousness nature. Consciousness. So that is the first round, the first round which is closest to the core, the innermost layer of human structure. The second round, the second round or circle of human nature is wealth. It's wealth nature means mm, talent or wealth, um, wealth, money, materials, life of someone. Beauty, beauty, beauty nature. Beauty means physical forms, appearance. It's not just about appearance of someone, but also to have the meanings regarding the physical forms of something. For example, if a person who has the strong sense of beauty nature regarding the appearance, so they care a lot about their appearance. It could decide how they behave. If one day they they wake up in the morning and see an acne in his his or her face, so it could decide if she or he want to go out or not, because it affects their appearance, especially in front of other people, if they are confident or not. So that's one kind of effect, and the factor that affects our behavior. So it's about appearance, for example, and about the physical form. So it's like um, some ones have yeah, other people could say that they are so picky about something. For example, some people want when they do something like arrange things, make things in order, and they want to make it at the order as they want, so no one can affect that. And if they make it differently, it could cause the discomfort in them. For example, someone um, arrange or fold the clothes and put them in order from smaller size to the bigger size, while from the darker clothes colors to the brighter colors. And if we have them and we put the clothes in different orders, it could make them feel bad about that, or they don't want to see it. So it's about the physical forms, like they want everything in the form that they want. So it doesn't mean that it needs to be beautiful, make it in the beautiful, make it beautifully or not. It's just because they want those things in that form. So it should be in that form for them. It's about their beauty in the forms of things in their eyes. It's about so that is about the beauty nature. Beauty natures. When we talk about beauty natures, there are two factors. One's about the appearance and people people's appearance. The second one, that's the physical forms of things in their eyes. So when we get into how the human natures work, we have some examples so that you can understand it better. It's about wealth, beauty. The next one is fam. Fam. This is fam, everybody. What is this for? Fam. Fam. Fam means mm, a status or reputations of someone. It could affect um their character, their behavior, status, reputation. Appetite, appetite, nature. Appetite. Appetite means it's this nature regarding our eating, drinking. It could affect our behavior and resting. Resting nature. Resting is means sleep or rest. The next one, that is the second route, second circle of human nature. And the third circle of human nature is desire. Desire. Desire means desire. Uh, the desires of someone, desire the needs, what they want, um, anger means anger means anger, simple. Right? Ignorance, ignorance, like ignorance, like falseness. Um, right, right nature, bright nature means over overconfident superiority, superiority. Doubt nature means doubt, precision. Evil, evil means evil, cruel, and view, the way we perceive something, we view our view on something. Okay, so because these 16 natures in the second layer of human structure and covered by or is enveloped by um, yin and yang electromagnetic field. So we see that there is an electromagnetic field around this layer. So it has its effect. These these natures have the level and intensity. It has its all level and intensity from the negative charge to the positive charge, from negative side to positive side. And let's explore how it works. Because it has an electromagnetic field governing, governing, governing the positive charge, it's negative charge. So it generates the level and intensity of each nature, starting with desire. Okay, and in these in these six 16 natures, there are two natures are the key of human nature, which are desire and perception. Desire and perception are the key of human nature layer. Desire and perception are the key of like the key disposition of human nature. Why? Because desires and perceptions about humans' desires and perceptions about wealth, desire and perception about beauty, desire and perception about fame, desire and perception about appetite, desire and perception about resting, and desire and perception about wealth. Wealth decide the level and the intensity intensity of anger, of ignorance, of pride, of doubt, evil, and you. Again, desires, human desires, and perceptions about wealth, about beauty, about fame, about appetites, about resting, decides the intensity and level of anger, anger, anger nature, ignorance nature, pride nature, doubt nature, evil nature, view nature, decides what we receive, decide what we receive, how we perceive, oh sorry, decide what we receive, how we express, and how we aware of something, or decides our consciousness tendency, decide our consciousness orientation. Again, desires and perceptions of humans are the key disposition of human nature. Desire and perception about wealth, desire and perception about beauty, desire and perception about fame, desire and perception about appetite, desire and perception about resting, decides the level and the intensity and level of anger, ignorance, pride, doubt, ego, and view, decides what we receive, how we express, and how we aware of something, or our consciousness. And so let's see. We have uh, two bowls, negative side, which is yin, and the positive side, which is represents for yang. Yang, okay. And because these natures are covered and enveloped by the electromagnetic field, so there are two type charts, which are negative and positive. About the first nature, desire. Desire, when our desires, uh, one person's desires tendencies towards the negative side, it means that they have any desire just for themselves. They just think about themselves. It's not for other people. And greed. We call that greed.
Hello, teacher Sunny. Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
Teacher. Thank you for your presence. So about uh, the nature desire, when a person has the desire for themselves only, just for themselves only, and so it means that their desire is tendencies towards the negative side. So we call it greed, just for themselves only. But if they desire everything that they have, the desires that they have for not only for themselves but also for other people, and we call that generosity. Generosity. Uh, generosity. We call it generosity. Yeah. The second nature, anger nature. About the anger nature. If our anger, a person's anger nature towards tendencies towards this the negative side, push towards the negative side, so uh, it's anger. Anger. They show the anger side of them. But if their anger nature towards the positive side, we call this satisfaction or contentment. Satisfaction. Satisfaction. They are opposite. The one, ignorance. Ignorance nature. If a person's ignorance nature's tendencies toward the negative side, so they show the ignorance. Call it fullness. And if their ignorance nature's tendencies towards this the positive side, we call that sanity. They have sanity or clarity, or when someone use that. Um, doubt nature. If uh, one if one person's doubt nature's tendencies towards the negative side, so they show the suspicion, and this nature towards the push towards the positive side is we call it acceptance. Sorry. Um, Let me check. Oh yeah. Just everybody. Just okay. The doubt nature towards the negative side, the negative sides, we call it suspicion. They show suspicion. And the doubt nature towards the positive side is just the next one, right, right nature. Hello, Nana. Thank you for being here with us. About the pride nature of uh, human. If someone's pride nature tendency towards the negative side, uh, they show the inferiority. And someone's pride nature's tendencies towards the positive side, it's the suspicious, let me check that word. Suspir, superiority, uh, superiority, inferiority and superiority. Superiority, 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 superiority. I should change the color so that you're able to differentiate these natures. Okay. Okay, then evil, evil nature. About the evil nature. One evil nature's tendencies towards the negative side is show the cruel or evil. Cruel is evil. Okay. And if this nature towards the positive sides, we it shows the mm, yeah, kindness. It shows kindness, kindness. In the view about the view nature. So one view nature's tendencies towards the negative side. It show the attachments, okay, or we can call it bias, bias. And one views nature's tendency towards the positive side. It shows the acceptance. Okay, so we see that these natures have its intensity and a level when um, we put it in the positive and negative field, like electromagnetic field. We know that earlier we have know that desire and perception nature desires and perceptions of someone about wealth, about beauty, about them, about appetite, about resting, decide what they decide the intensity and level of anger, ignorance, pride, doubt, evil, and view decides what they receive, how they express, and their consciousness. So decides the desires and perceptions of someone about wealth, about beauty, about them, about um, appetites, about resting, decides the intensity and level of anger, of ignorance, of doubt, of pride, of evil and view, decides what they receive, how they express, and decide their consciousness. So let's take some examples so that you can understand how the human nature works. Um, let's take appetite. Okay, let's take appetite as an example. Appetite. Okay, so we have appetite nature. And we know that desire and perception someone about wealth, about beauty, about them, about appetite, about resting, right? So we get one example about appetite. So desire, our desire and about desire and perception about appetite, desire, desire, the intensity and level of it could be our anger nature, ignorance nature, doubt nature, pride nature, evil nature, and guilt nature, and decide what we receive, how we express, and our consciousness. For example, about the appetite, let's take myself as an example. Um, on that day, the other day, I just got off work, and as I remember that my friend told me that she has she will prepare the dinner for me because we have discussed before, and and when I got off work, I was so hungry. So it's about my appetite, right? And I was so hungry, and I want to eat. Of course, I want to have dinner. And in my mind, with my perception, that I imagine that when I got home, when I get home, I could see the table full of food that I like, as we have discussed together before. And when I was so happy to think about the food that I can have and the dinner that I'm gonna have at home. And when I got home, nobody at home. I did see my friends. I also don't see any. Didn't see any food on the table, and I looked for everywhere at in the house. Nobody at home and no food, no people. And I was so hungry. after got off work. So what do you think? And at that time, with my desire about appetite, right, about food, and I wanted it at that time, and I also had the perception that when I got home, everything is just I had prepared, and I just need to eat. Just eat. That's it. When I got home, nothing at all. And then if at that time my anger nature appeared because my desire and perception about appetite, especially about food, a dinner, um, are not met, are not satisfied. So my anger desire will will be pushed towards the negative side. And what I show is anger. What I show is anger. Okay. Let's take appetite to um, as an example for positive sides. The other day, I after got off work and my I know that on that day my friends had some things to do and she couldn't prepare the food. I couldn't prepare for our dinner, and she told me beforehand, and she said that when you got home you can cook by yourself or just have something on the way so that you can eat there or at home. Depends to me. So when I got up or when I got off work and I with my desire about appetite, of course I have the desire appetites, but my perception about the foods that there's no one at home and no food at home, so I can prepare for my dinner by myself. And when I got home, the food is already on the table, and it's beyond my expect expectation, beyond my desire and perception about appetite. Because at first I thought in my with my perception that not nobody at home, no food at home. And when I got home, I have a table full of food that I like, and my friends left a note on the table that enjoy your meal. So it's beyond my expectation, my desire and appetite and desire and perception about appetite. If the anger nature appeared, it could be towards the pushed towards the positive side, and satisfaction up satisfactions appeared. So that's how it works. That's why we call desire and perception. Desire and perception are the key or the core disposition of human nature, which decides the intensity and level of anger, ignorance, doubt, pride, evil, and view. These are what we receive, how we express, and our consciousness. So let's take another example of wealth. Okay, let's take another example of wealth. So when we talk about wealth, nature, there are two meanings. The first one is wealth means money. material life, right? Money. Um, and the second one about talent is about talent. Let's take an example about wealth in the meaning of money, or mm, yeah, like money. When someone, okay, if someone borrow a, a guide, if a guide lends his money to his friend, and his friend told him that at the end of the month I'll return the money back to you. So it's quite a big amount of money to him. But the that friend is a close friend to him, and he knows that this person very well, and so desire about wealth, in his desire about wealth and his perception about what wealth, about money, to be more specific, and he has the perception that at the end of the month his money could will come back to him. But by the end of the month, and even the following months comes, the next month comes, he couldn't receive any money back from his friends, and he couldn't contact his friends. So in his mind that he would lose, uh, he would lose his money. So his desire and perception about wealth, about his money, uh, could not be satisfied. They are not met. If at that time, his, for example, the ignorance, of course, the anger nature appear, and of course, it could show the anger because uh, his desire and perception about wealth are not met. So it's towards about the negative side, the anger appears. And if his ignorance nature intervene, and because the desired and perception about wealth are not met, so it also push this nature towards the negative side, the ignorance appears, and he could do some things uh, fully, uh, and even his evil natures appear. The evil appeared, and he could do something to harm that friend if he had a chance. For example, for example, but when his friend promised him that he could return the money back by the end of the month, but just after a few days. After a few days, the friend just had returned the money back to him. So it's beyond his expectation is beyond his desires and perception about wealth, about his money. So if the evil nature appears, it would be pushed towards the positive side, positive side of human nature, and the kindness. So the kindness showed. So I think So he has the kind thought about his friend and satisfaction if the anger nature appears. So the anger nature could be pushed to the negative, the positive side, which is satisfaction. Satisfaction appear. Let's take one more example about mm, beauty. Okay. Beauty. Beauty. When we talk about beauty, there are two um, meanings. First one is the appearance of someone. The second one is the physical form of something. So when we talk about, for example, we take an example about the appearance. Um, of, of a woman when she wake up in the morning with her desires about beauty and perception about beauty, she wants her always to be in the state, perfect state. There no skin disease on her face at all. When she wake up in the morning, the other day, she saw that her face has like acne. So it's and if his her pride nature appeared, of course her desires and perception about beauty are not me. So the pride nature would be pushed towards the negative side and inferiority appear. Inferiority appear. And she don't want to go out to see anyone because she feel embarrassed about that. She's not confident to face anyone with her appearance. But if it happened to someone don't care much about the, her beauty, her desire and perception about beauty is very low. So it means that she doesn't care much about her appearance. And when she has that acne or any problem with her skin, and she is very confident and about her beauty, she can face anyone in that state. In that state, it's not as much as like superiority, but like she can confident to face anyone. So there is no inferiority here anymore for if the pride nature appears. And let's take another an example about well, but now this time we take an example about earlier to take an example about money, right? Now take an example about talent. If someone has the desire and perception about talent, about talent, especially in health, for example, and it decides decide what they receive, how they express, and their consciousness. So when um, they encounter an article or resource or a book about health, they could be attracted by those topic, by those subjects regarding health. So they could simply receive, absorb the information, the message about health better than the other subjects. I think everyone has a particular subject that you feel that um, you more into, you're into that than the other one. Like me, when I uh, w- mm, when I was young until now, I seem to get into in the subjects regarding about in myself or about the inner learning, inner wisdom, about like inner being, anything regarding to learning from within, for example. So I get into these subjects than the other subjects. So because my I had desires and perceptions talent, about talent, um, especially about that field. So I simply get into that field. I receive that field better than the other one, than the other subject. And it's also decides how I express. Uh, when I have a chance to share those topics with other people, so I simply do it. Then the other subjects. So that is how our human natures work. Um, by the key or the core disposition of human natures are desire and perception. Our desire and perception um, our desire and perception about wealth, about beauty, about fame, about appetite, about resting, decide the intensity and level of anger, ignorance, pride, doubts, evil, and view decides what we receive, how we express, and our consciousness. So that's what I want to share with everyone today. Do you have any question, any doubt? Please share, or you have any lessons or any insights from these models? Please do share so we can learn from you, and everybody can also get lessons from your sharing.
Hi, Miss Sung-Yi. Um, Today, I'm so thank you for your lesson today. Because I understand human structure in a different way than before. Before is only belong to the physical aspect, like brain, like heart, leg or hands, something like that. But with this human structure, I understand the invisible thing. They are operating. Actually, they are not invisible. We can feel we can feel their characteristic, like It shows that we don't talk much about them. So, and I realized we can check advances of human nature to create, to make the wonderful thing for our life. It's based on the positive view we toward to and I liked and I know the new thing guys um how we perceive human nature is completely is up to earth is we have the awareness I mean higher awareness, positive awareness, um, and in the human structure, design and perception is the key of the human structure, and it design the way we awareness and the way we receive the input information from our life. Yeah, that is the new thing I learned from your session today. Thank you so much, Suni.
Thank you, Teacher Mike, for sharing your lessons and insights. You, Teacher Mike, is sharing about the desired and perceptions, and it's truly that's governed our human nature, how we perceive things, we receive things, and how we express on something, and we can borrow, and because of that, we can borrow our desired and these natures, desired and perceptions to guide us to achieve whatever we want. Like because we cannot stop humans' desire and perception as that's human nature. So we can borrow the good desired or the positive desired and perception to achieve whatever we want. And by understand by understand the human nature works, how it works, we understand that everyone has different expressions, has different behavior in a particular situation because they have different desire and perception. If anyone want to have something differently compared to other people, because of their different desire and perception. And when two people stay together and they have contradicting ideas or beliefs, or they have different uh, views, just because they have different desires and perceptions, and we could use our desire and perception to have the desired results, like when we like if we want to um if we are in Ho Chi Minh City and we want to go to we have the desire to go to Hanoi, for example, and with our perceptions, we have perceptions together with the desires to, to go to Hanoi. So it could like our human natures would work to help us achieve that goal, achieve that goal to get to to Hanoi, because we have the desire and perception about that. So it could lead us to anywhere we want. Desires and perceptions can help um, anyone lead to anywhere they want, as long as they have the positive desired and perception and perception. Because as we know that positive, when we will know that how it works, in a deeper level when we talk about the subconsciousness, in the comment section. Thank you, Teacher Mai, for sharing your thoughts and sharing your lessons, your insights. And since the day that I have learned about the human nature, there are 16 human natures. I understand more about myself and other people, as everybody are the same. Everybody is the same. I have 16 human natures. Nobody has more than 16 human natures or less than 16 human natures. The difference is the desires and perception of everyone is different. So it decides the intensity and it decides the level of human natures in themselves, and it shows themselves everybody in different way. And if we want to have, like, we see that the positive sides of human nature, uh, or we can lower our desire and perception about particular things, or we can stop. But sometimes it could not stop, and so that we can make something to motivate us to get to that level. So desire and perception could lead us to it, it could be the motivation for us um, to achieve anything. Anyone else wanna share your thoughts or your lessons from your sharing, or also learns the new lessons or get insights? Uh, so interactions is very important in any sharings or any sections, because that's a chance for us to learn from each other. Okay, I guess it's the time to wrap up. And I know that this the third holidays are coming, and everybody has a lot of chores to do. Thank you, Nana. Thank you so much for being here. Um, if you have any doubts, you could ask me, or you could share it, or um, I'm so happy to see you here. Thank you so much, Nana. Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate your everyone's time, your presence in these busy days, and happy Tet holiday. We'll have one more section tomorrow before we'll have one day off on the first day of the new year. And happy days, happy nights. See you all tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone, for your presence and your uh, contributions here. I get let me start sharing the screen, and I just stop. Oh, live on Facebook. Bye, everyone.